The Foxtrot Festival starts tonight here in historic Marion. We'll tell you all about it coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Marion County Medical Center. We're focused on the Foxtrot Festival, and we're visiting with Susan Carter, the chairperson of the board of directors for the Marion Foxtrot Festival. Good morning, Susan.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Incredible opportunity to kick off something that starts tonight.
I know.
Tonight at 7 p.m. It's amazing to think it's right on top of us.
I know. We appreciate it very much, you having us here today.
Absolutely. Well, it's been such a great week to think. Monday, Tuesday, and yesterday, we've been here at the Medical Center thinking about all the activities happening within the Marion Regional Healthcare System. It is a spectacular facility out here.
It really is.
Isn't it amazing? Can we talk real quick about yourself, Susan? Are you originally from the area?
No, I'm not originally from the area. I'm originally from the Chester County area of the state. I was born and raised in Chester County. I spent the majority of my life there. I worked in the Chester County area for the South Carolina Employment Security Commission for 10 years prior to relocating to the Horry County area, where I worked at the South Carolina Employment Security Commission there from August until January, and took a promotion to come to Marion in January. And this is my 15th year in Marion. I am the Assistant Area Director of the South Carolina Employment Security Commission.
Is that right? You've been living in Marion for 15 years
now? For 15 years, yes, sir.
That is fantastic. Just celebrated your 15th anniversary here.
I feel like a Marionite myself.
Yes, yes. Well, you're wearing the colors and getting ready for such a spectacular weekend. What were you doing when you think about the move from Chester to Horry County, and it's always been committed to the South Carolina Employment Security Commission?
Yes.
For viewers who may not be familiar with how they would interact with that commission, how would that affect a viewer's daily life?
Well, of course, when I started out to work with the South Carolina Employment Security Commission, being a state agency, I had intended to retire with the state. And working in Chester for 10 years, once my husband's job brought him down toward the Strand area, of course, I followed him here. And fortunately for me, I had the opportunity to transfer to a local office within the area, and it was within the Horry County area.
Yes.
And then shortly after that, the opportunity for a promotion for me to come to Marion as the Assistant Area Director here was just wonderful. And I live on the inner side of Conway, so I'm not that far away from here. And coming from a rural county, I love the rural county atmosphere, and I love Marion.
Absolutely. Obviously, the big focus is the Marion Foxtrot Festival. Can you give the viewers a little history of the festival?
Well, I can give the viewers a little history of the festival as to how I became involved in it, if that's what you...
Please, absolutely.
Well, I happen to serve on the same committee as one of the co-chairs for the festival, and this has been 4 years ago. And at that particular meeting, of course, we have souvenirs each year, and one of the souvenirs was the Marion Heritage Afghan that had just arrived. And so I told the co-chair, I said, well, I'll be glad to buy an Afghan in support of the Foxtrot Festival. And I also told her that if there's any way that I could ever be of assistance or to help out, I would love to. And I was thinking behind the scenes, I could do whatever they needed me to do. And she said, well, Susan, she said, it just so happens we have a board seat available. Would you consider it? And I said, well, yes, I would. You can address it to the board and get back with me. And so she did, and she called me back a couple of days later, and she said, Susan, you've been elected as the newest board member to the Marion Foxtrot Festival Board of Directors. And I said, great. And then, of course, we had our first meeting, and the first meeting went very well. They introduced me to everyone. they asked me if I would be the secretary. I'm saying, whoa, you want me to be the secretary? I know nothing about the Foxtrot Festival. So the first year, at that point in time, we had 13 people on the board, so we were in a position where we could have a floater, and I also did took care of the reception and the secretarial duties. As a floater, it was my job just to go around to each area of the festival, and there's a tremendous number of chairs that have to be filled, and just help out during that period of time, which I did. Well, at the end of the festival, of course, we had a very successful year. This was in 2000, and we had our meeting at the end of the 1st of June to critique the festival and see what we needed to do to make it better, see what things went well. And they gave an award to the Rookie of the Year. They said they had never done that before. And I was looking all around wondering who was going to be awarded, or recognized for the work that they had done. And when they called my name, I was like, me?
Yeah.
And so shortly after that, the lady that had always organized the parade, Landis Baxley, she was planning to retire, and so they suggested that Susan would be ideal to organize the parade. So from that year, I talked with Landis and picked up her books, and we talked about an hour, and I took all my little books home with me, and then the next 2 years I organized the parade. And I was very pleased. It's been very successful the last 2 years.
Yes, and they subsequently asked you to be the chairperson.
Right.
Big commitment.
Well, that is and the way that came about too. We've always had 2 co-chairs previously with the festival, and we knew that one of our co-chairs was leaving and relocating. And I knew that we would be losing her November the 1st. So they asked the board who on the board of directors would be interested or would consider helping to co-chair the event for this year. So of course I said, I'll be glad, to help out any way that I can, and I had still planned to do the parade. Well, of course, that evening when we were voting on the co-chairs, well, my name came up and no one else had submitted their name. You know how that goes. It's like if you miss the meeting, you're the president, board member before it's over with. So anyway, I said I'll be glad, to co-chair. Well, the night that I accepted the co-chairmanship, the other co-chair resigned, which left me co-chairing. And not only that particular year did we lose 2 co-chairs, we also lost 7 board members that had a tremendous amount of expertise and experience along with that. So that left me with, I had 6 board members to include myself, and I knew that I had to rebuild the board.
This is incredible.
And fortunately for me, one of the co-chairs, Jackie Gardner, who was going to remain with me until November, until she relocated, she was with us and the board, and she helped me and guided me and was a tremendous asset to me in putting everything together for this year.
And it's such a big year, and obviously kicking off tonight, thinking 7 p.m., you all will have the first event. It's at, what is it, at Marion Baptist Church?
Marion Baptist Church.
Open to the public.
It's at 7 p.m. We'll have Ann Glass, who is a pianist, and Valerie Owen Larson. Valerie is a mezzo-soprano singer. I have not heard them perform myself, but they were in Marion back in 2000, and they did a beautiful job. So I'm looking forward to that, as well as I know the people in the community and the surrounding areas are as well.
Absolutely.
And we invite them to come out. There is no charge, and the reception will be at Rosewood Manor immediately following the concert.
Great. Well, I'm sure a lot of viewers would love to see both the performance at the Marion Baptist Church, open to the public, free admission, the opportunity to get there, as well as then head over to Rosewood Manor. You said it's free.
It's free.
How
we
enticing.
have wonderful hors d'oeuvres and a lot of very good food.
Right,
So
right.
we want
So-
everyone to come out and join us.
Just kicks off tonight, but the festival is really, I mean, Saturday you've got the parade, Friday there's events Friday night, tomorrow night as well.
Friday night, we always have an outdoor movie. This year we're having Max Keeble's Big Move, which is a Disney movie. It's a wonderful movie. I've seen it myself. Following the movie, we'll have a professional fireworks display. The JCs will be on hand. They'll have their concession stand, and they'll be selling drinks and hot dogs and popcorn. So it's going to be a wonderful evening. We asked, no coolers are allowed, but we asked everyone, we'll have an area blocked off for the people coming to see the movie. They can bring their blankets, they can bring their lounge chairs and sit out under the stars and then just enjoy a beautiful evening. Relaxation with the children, and then following that, of course, we'll have the fireworks display, which is always really pretty, and the children, as well as the adults, always enjoy that.
Oh yeah, and Saturday's such a huge day. This Saturday, thank everyone. I mean, they're just going to, and we're praying for great weather, obviously, but rain or shine, the parade is going on.
Everything will go on rain or shine, unless it gets to the point where we have no other choice, lightning or whatever. But last year we had rain. This year, no rain. We're not allowing it.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. That's our main festival date. Is Saturday, May the 17th. On that date, we'll have all of our food vendors and all of our crafters set up at 9 o'clock. The festival will run from 9 until 10 that evening. This year, we're having 2 stages, one on either end of town. We'll have one on South Main Street and one on the other end on North Main. We have, this year, we're highlighting the racing, because racing is, the PD is racing country with the Darlington International Speedway. And this year, our Grand Marshal for the parade will be Sam Ard. He's a retired Grand National driver prior to it becoming the Winston Cup series. We're bringing in a 40-foot micro-reality racetrack under a 60-foot tent, and I've had that designed after the Darlington 500. We'll have 8 110 scale Winston Cup NASCAR cars running on it, and you will be vying with 7 other cars on the same track to see if you, as far as going around and see who can win, who can stay on the track. Along with that, Larry Bryant with Sunshine Events is bringing in a pit stop challenge game, and also a NASCAR Winston Cup simulator automobile. And to that end, he's also going to add the Marion, the Foxtrot logo on the hood and also on both sides of the car. And we'll have a NASCAR collectibles game and a cake kiosk where you can buy the cakes to make your own NASCAR cakes and choose your own.
That sounds like NASCAR Day. How exciting.
We're really excited about that.
Well, this is, Susan, unfortunately we got to wrap up, and I'm so glad you laid out where everything's located. It's all through the heart of Marion. I mean, this is a big event, but to think it's spread out throughout the county at some level. I mean, there are always folks coming in from all over, as well as all over the PD, the Strand. Folks come from everywhere for this event.
They do. We hope so. We hope to draw them from Myrtle Beach. A lot of our visitors from throughout the USA are down here. Absolutely. And this will give them a wonderful opportunity to come by and see what Marion has to offer. We'll have a lot of good food, entertainment all day long on both stages, crafters, just everything for anyone's enjoyment.
Absolutely. We're visiting with Susan Carter, the chairperson for the Marion Foxtrot Festival. If you want to volunteer either for tonight, tomorrow, or the events on Saturday, you can reach her at 843-423-6900 between 8:30 and 5. Susan, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
You're welcome. It's been my pleasure.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People coming up next. Good morning. Welcome back to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Marion County Medical Center, and we're visiting with Betty Owens, the Executive Director of the Historic Marion Revitalization Association. Good morning, Betty. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Incredible opportunity. Obviously, spending some time with Susan, focusing on the Foxtrot Festival, kicking off tonight with their first event. But to think about so much going on in Marion, throughout the county and downtown, and it's a vibrant recognition of so many things going on. Thank you so much for giving us some time.
Well, thank you for having us and giving us the opportunity to showcase our town.
Absolutely. Real quick about yourself. Are you originally from the area, Betty?
Originally from Marion.
Is that right? From the city of?
Graduated from Marion High School.
Mm-hmm. Boy. And do you still have family here in the area?
I do. I have, my husband and I live here, but unfortunately our daughter has moved 3,000 miles away.
Oh, no.
We're trying real hard to get her back.
Is she living in California?
In California.
Oh, no. What part?
San Diego.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. My parents are trying to do the same thing. My older brother lives in L.A. He and his wife are there. We're trying to get him back east. When was the Historic Marion Revitalization Association formed, Betty?
In 1992, there was a concern among the retail merchants, other merchants, government entities, property owners, citizens in general, for the small downtown. Because, as you probably know, downtowns, small towns, were under fire from the big boxes and so forth and so on. So a task force was formed in 92 to attempt to become a member of the South Carolina Downtown Development Association, which is now known as Community Builders. Mm-hmm. So that process took about a year until HMRA, as we call it, Historic Marion Revitalization, was accepted into this program, which is a part of the National Main Street Program.
And Betty, when did you assume the position as Executive Director, and what had you been doing prior to that?
Prior to that, I was in education for 31 years.
Wow.
And upon retiring, I decided I was taking too many naps and needed to find something to do to make a contribution. So that's when this job became available, and I applied and was hired.
And there is an organization on the statewide level that oversees groups like the HMRA. And on the national level?
Yes, the South Carolina Downtown Development Association. That's the state level, and that office is in Columbia. And that's the organization that's recently changed the name to Community Builders.
Yes, and there's a national organization as well.
The national organization is the National Trust for Historic Preservation, and this program that we're under is a part of the National Main Street Program.
Great. How many different member communities are there in the South Carolina Community Builders?
Approximately 30. And we have managers meetings on a quarterly basis, and we have one big conference called the Community Builders Conference every year.
How about membership? How does membership in the state and national organizations help Marion in its downtown rebuilding efforts?
Well, on the state level, there are consultants who will help you anytime if you need a certain, like an architect, for instance. We've used the services of the state architect to assist us with signage and colors and restructuring buildings, so forth. They're very cooperative.
I noticed y'all have a pretty strong website, theswampfox.com.
I feel like it is a very good website. We're really proud of that.
You've got to be. It provides a good overview of the association's mission and the history of Marion. What's the significance of the website's name for viewers who may not be familiar with the Swamp Fox?
Well, Marion is named for General Francis Marion, the Revolutionary War hero, and he was nicknamed the Swamp Fox because that is where he hid out to do his work to help defend us from the British. So the Swamp Fox, that's what our athletic teams are named in the school system. So it's prevalent.
Yes, very definitely. When we think about the Historic Marion Revitalization Association, are there a lot of members, and are they spread out throughout the community?
We have approximately 130 members, and those would be individual members, business members, government entities. The hospital is one of our members, the school district, all across the board. And we are very appreciative of all the cooperation we receive from all of these members.
Yes, absolutely. Can you share real quick with the viewers, Betty, the association's clear mission?
Well, the mission is based on 4 components that comes from the National Main Street Program. Design, which in a short way to say it is the beautification of the buildings of the downtown area. Organization, that's working with all of the other organizations in our area who have the same caring mission to keep our town vital. And promotion, any way we can market Marion, such as the festival, such as the spring tour. And economic restructuring, trying to keep our buildings with businesses in them. And along those lines, we've been fortunate enough to have 3 buildings donated to us. We're a 501c3 organization, and in these 3 buildings, 2 of them have businesses in them now, and one of them is our office, the building that Carolina First Bank Foundation donated to us.
Is that right? That is fantastic. You said 2 of them still have businesses located in them. So
Right.
you're, the 501c3 is generating some income.
Right.
That's fantastic. Those are
We're proud of that.
some great donors locally. How frequently is the board meeting, Betty?
We had a board that was formed in '93 when the organization was formed, and they meet every week, every Tuesday. They meet. The only a Tuesday they don't meet is the Tuesday that we have a membership meeting when all of our members are invited. We call it the Rise and Shine meeting, and it's just a 30-minute meeting, 9 to 9:30. And the board members are there, of course, and then all of our membership is invited to that particular meeting.
What are some of the topics that are presented at the Rise and Shine meetings?
Well, we always give our members an opportunity to update us on any information they may have regarding their civic clubs or their businesses, just anything they would like to get the word out. And then we have different people who may talk about things such as the Relay for Life. Recently we had a young woman who's the mother of an autistic child talk to us about her. She represents Marion County, and she went to Washington to speak with the legislators about funding for research in this area. And she told us all about that visit to Washington and about her 5-year-old child.
That's spectacular. That's a great vehicle, particularly with a setting like that and only 30 minutes, knowing that folks can get in and get out, but still get such a meaningful program. That's wonderful. Can you share with us some of the events that the association organizes for the community's children?
We are very proud of our relationship with the schools and the daycares and other entities that care about children. And we have the seasonal activities. We have, starting in the spring, we just completed visit with the Easter Bunny, and we had approximately 350 children who walked down Main Street in their Easter bonnets, the Easter promenade, and visited the Easter Bunny, and we allowed the folks, parents, grandparents, the daycare directors to make photographs with their classes and the Easter Bunny. And then in the fall, the children have what we call the fall walk, and they either put on their Halloween costumes if they do that kind of thing, or they may have on their little leaf caps that they wear and come down, and the merchants make sure they get at least one little piece of candy. And during the fall, we also have an event we call Scaring Up Business, and this is a scarecrow decorating contest, and we give anybody the opportunity to build a life-size scarecrow, and these scarecrows are mounted on the lamppost down Main Street. And then they're voted on. The best one receives a certificate. Then all the votes go in a pile, and one is drawn out for another gift certificate. And then at Christmas, Thanksgiving, we have what we call Wake Up Santa. We have a local physician and his wife who help us out with that. And Santa is asleep in the bed on Main Street, and Mrs. Santa brings all the children over there to get him up so he can get ready to go on his trip he must take. That's really fun. We have carriage rides, music downtown. We have photographs with Santa. With children, we'll do 80 photographs on a Saturday for 2 or 3 Saturdays in December. All of these things we do, no charge. Holiday refreshments on those same days, just lots of activities for the children and families.
That is a great commitment. Betty, we've got just a little less than a minute now, amazingly. If someone wants information or wishes to take part in any events going on within the Historic Marion Revitalization Association, who would they want to contact?
They can contact our office, 843-423-9918, or email us, hmra@bellsouth.net.
Okay.
We'll be glad to hear from them.
hmra@bellsouth.net or 843-423-9918.
Right.
Fantastic. Lastly, Betty, what is your greatest challenge in this effort?
The greatest challenge for us at this moment is keeping our dollars at home. That's been the topic lately. You know, we've had a downturn in the economy, and we just really are focusing on trying to help our folks realize we need to keep our downtown vital.
That message is loud and clear. Betty Owens makes it very clear. Keep our dollars at home. Don't send those dollars outside of the region. Keep them here. They can stay here and be reinvested in the community. And Betty and the Historic Downtown Revitalization Project's doing just that. Betty, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Stay tuned to more Carolina People coming up next. We want to thank Susan Carter and Betty Owens for making today's Carolina People such a great success.